Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. This is continuing on from the dyno video, and I've got some few new upgrades that will pretty much change this whole car, and I'm going to do it before getting back on the dynos. I'll show you what I got. So this is what I got. I got a new turbo. So if you would have seen from the dyno video, my turbo was smoking a bit. There was a bit of smoke out the back and it was smoking out through the core because it's not clamped properly. So I'm like, might as well replace it, you know. So I got it from Pulsar Turbos. So if you know Pulsar Turbos, it's a pretty cheap and affordable turbo, and it works just as good as the really expensive ones. So, and for the price of it, if one let go or whatever, it's still, you could buy 3 for the price of a genuine Garrett. So it's a bit of a no-brainer. So I haven't opened it yet, and this is going to be my first time seeing it. So you get the unboxing reaction. So I'm excited. We'll get to opening it. So what this is a Pulsar G35-900. So originally, for the plans of the Chaser, I wanted to have like a really quick response and, you know, be very drivable, but, you know, I kind of like talk myself. It's like, oh, well, you know, a little bit more power won't hurt, you know, like. So then I was going to buy like a GTX 3582. But then I was like, fuck, you know, the new G series is just a little bit more expensive, you know, may as well, if I'm going to buy a new turbo, I may as well get a good one. So yeah, it's a 900 horsepower G35 with a T51 R mod. I've always wanted a T51 R mod because I always like the sound of it. Yeah, some people think it's, some people don't like the sound, but, you know, I like the sound, it's good. So we're going to rip my old T67 off. So we're probably going to have to change the dump pipe a little bit. And I'm going to have to weld a 90-degree elbow onto that to fit the intercooler piping. And also for the intercooler piping, I need to rip all the intercooler piping off and run the beads around the ends of the intake, the intercooler piping, so I can not blow intercooler piping, because people are like, oh yeah, go the HC style clamps. Yeah, I could, but I'll do that when I decide to redo the whole intercooler piping again. Like, I should do it now, but I just don't really want to. Like, I don't really want to spend the money. Like, I could, but yeah, so yeah, I don't really want to. And also what I'll be doing is I'm getting rid of my catch can overflow setup, purely because I've bought an Odyssey Fab catch can, which goes in the spot where the ABS unit was, and I've always wanted to get it because I don't have to run the lines all the way up to here. I can just run them quickly right to there, and it actually looks good. So plus the lines for my turbo, it's, you know, pretty close to the turbo and is melting it. Like, I could put heat shielding around it, but I'm just may as well change the setup on it because I don't know how much, well, the turbo's bigger and it's going to get too close and I just want to run it differently. Plus I'm going to have to take the dampener off. I want to keep the dampener on there because I do like it, it does serve a purpose. So I might just like lift the mounts up a little bit so it clears the turbo. But other than that, I'll rip this turbo off. I just want to see the new turbo on it, and yeah, we'll start ripping it apart and see what it's like with the new G35.
Don't steal my thing.
So we got new versus old. Can already tell the front compressor wheel heaps bigger in the new design, and this is just old bloody journal bearing. And the real difference, yeah, the front housing is very similar size, but what the real size difference is the rear housing. This one's very small rear housing compared to this. This is 0.84 or 0.83 from memory, I think. And yeah, so from the bat I know that I'd have to definitely get the dump pipe remade. Would have to get the elbow welded onto there, but just looking at it, yeah, I'm keen. I knew there was, didn't know the sizing difference. I'm pretty sure like they're similar sizing, so I might keep that stabilizer in the same position, but we'll see. I'll go to whack that on and just see what it looks like and put it on. So yeah, what I'm going to do, rip the front housing off, then I've got to see if I can get that elbow welded onto it. Then I think with the dump pipe, all I need to do, it'll fit well. I just got to grind that old flange off and just weld that new one on. So that seems pretty easy. Then I've got to rotate the core then just put all the lines. I might run the water lines. I wasn't too sure, like, should I run the water lines or not? I don't have to. I don't really care to. It's just kind of like one less thing I have to do, but I'll see. I might not. But yeah. Probably next clip would be another day where I get some of the fuel stuff and I'll tackle that, because I'm not going to film like some of the process of getting that done. I'll film the dump pipe getting done, but probably next time you'll see that turbo is with the front housing on. And I might paint it black. I should, because then it'll go with the rest of it. But I'll see if I can get that powder coated. Depending on the time frame, I might be going back to work. So when I'm at work, I might get it sent for powder coating, like I should have done with that turbo, but luckily I didn't, because I knew I was going to change it. So it's been a couple of weeks since probably the last clip I filmed. I just haven't had much time to work on the car, but what I've done so far, I've got the elbow welded onto the turbo, and in the previous clips I think I said something about the fuel system, that I'm going to change it, but for the time being I'm just going to throw that turbo on, and I'm not going to get the turbo powder coated just yet. And then Tom wants to see how the fuel system goes, because before on the dyno he actually didn't even really test much of the fuel system to see what the issue was, because he couldn't. So what we're going to do is going to whack that turbo on, then take it for a drive. Then we're going to see if the fuel system needs addressing. But I did put a brand new fuel filter in it, which it's worth a shot to try and do. So I'll try to get that front housing onto the turbo, to the rear housing, sorry. Then I have my intercooler piping at Tom's getting just bead rolled. And Chris also got his car painted, and with the wide body, that actually looks, and he bought these SSRs, which are for his S14, but they do look good on this. If I can, typical fiberglass, so it doesn't really fit nicely, but a whole lot better than what it was if you've seen the previous videos of it. But that thing's coming along. But yeah, I got the dump unwrapped, then I've cut the flange off and put the new flange on. So I just got to get Chris to weld that. Then we should be good with getting it started. Alright, so turbo's on. So now I've got to go get the intercooler piping, then Chris has got to finish the dump pipe, then we can whack it all on and finally start it. Right, another day. I've got the dump pipe. It's going to re-wrap it again, and then install it back into the car. I haven't got my intercooler piping back yet. I don't know, maybe I get it back tonight, we'll see. Then throw it back. Righto, so just going to heat proof it with some hose clamps. So you want to make sure you have these soaking wet. Just sit it in the pool of water for a while, because when you put it on, you want to have it nice and tight, because people put it on without water, which is stupid. I don't know why you bother doing that, because it's just, it doesn't bloody stick to it, and you can't tighten it up very well when it's not even wet. So we'll whack it on. to have it all wrapped for now. Alright, it's another day. Finally got the intercooler piping done and I'm back from work, so this is driving today. I don't care what happens. I'm sick of not driving it, and I can finally put this video out, which has taken me about a month, which it's annoying me that it's taken so long, but nothing I could really do about it, so we will put the intercooler piping on. So, as you can see, the bead rolled at the end of it. Did that to both of them. So now, I can put it in. Alrighty, I got the turbo pre-oiled, so I put some oil down the oil feed. So, it's time to start it. Hopefully it goes well. Righto, so I'm going to let that warm up for a while, just to get some heat through the turbo, then go throw the panels back on, then it should be done. So the cars are good to drive again until I can get it tuned by Tom again, so I'll have to wait for that. I don't know when it has to work out for when I'm free from work and he just has free time to actually tune it, so have to wait till then, but I just want to hear this turbo. It's just gonna, it's gonna be good. Alright, so I'll end it there, and again, sorry for the video for taking like a month, even though it's just some little things, but with work and having to have certain things done, it just took way too longer than it should have. So cheers for watching. The next video I'll probably put out, I've got a new catch can I might put up, so I might put up a separate video just for that, just like, you know, just have a little video I can put out in between waiting for Tom to tune it, so I don't have to wait, you don't have to wait like a month for me to put out a video. So yeah, so don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next video. Cheers.
Don't steal my thing.